Have you ever put on an outfit and instantly felt radiant, like the world seemed to notice your presence a little more? Or conversely, have you worn something that, despite being perfectly stylish, somehow made you look tired, dull, or even older than you feel? If so, you're not alone. As we age, our relationship with color subtly shifts. The hues that once lit us up and brought out our best features may no longer have the same effect. And in some cases, they might actually work against us. This isn't about discarding your favorite pieces or abandoning your personal style. It's about understanding how color interacts with mature skin tones, lighting, and perception, and using that knowledge to make choices that reflect the vibrant, confident woman you are today. After decades of life experience, wisdom, and grace, your wardrobe should do more than just cover you. It should celebrate you. In this in-depth exploration, we'll take a close look at 5 specific colors and combinations of colors that women over 70 may want to reconsider. More importantly, we'll explore the why behind each choice and introduce you to beautiful, flattering alternatives that enhance your natural glow, bring warmth to your complexion, and help you project energy, elegance, and vitality. Style after 70 isn't about following rigid fashion rules or trying to look younger. It's about dressing with intention. Choosing colors that honor your journey, highlight your strengths, and allow your inner light to shine through. By the end of this guide, you may find yourself inspired to refresh your closet with shades that don't just fit your body, but truly reflect your spirit. Let's begin by understanding the science and psychology behind color and aging. The science of color and skin tone, why some shades work better as we age. As we grow older, our skin undergoes natural changes. The collagen and elastin that once gave our skin its firmness and radiance begin to diminish. The surface becomes thinner and blood vessels become more visible, often leading to a slightly sallow or translucent appearance. Additionally, pigmentation can become uneven. Sunspots, redness, or areas of discoloration may appear more pronounced. These changes affect how light reflects off our skin, which in turn influences how colors interact with our complexion. A shade that once provided a healthy contrast might now blend too closely with the skin, creating a flat or washed-out effect. Conversely, overly bright or harsh colors can create unflattering contrasts that draw attention to fine lines, shadows, or uneven texture. Color theory plays a significant role here. Warmth, depth, and contrast are key elements in creating a balanced, vibrant appearance. When we choose clothing colors that complement, not compete with, our natural undertones, we enhance our features rather than diminish them. It's also important to consider the psychological impact of color. Research consistently shows that people form judgments within seconds of meeting someone, and much of that impression is influenced by what they wear. Cool, pale tones can unintentionally signal fragility or fatigue, while warm, rich hues communicate confidence, energy, and approachability. With all of this in mind, let's explore the 5 colors that many women over 70 might want to rethink, and discover the stunning alternatives that can transform the way you look and feel. 1. Beige and light tan, the safe choice that can wash you out. At first glance, beige and light can seem like the perfect wardrobe staples. They're neutral, versatile, and go with almost everything. For years, many women have relied on these shades for blouses, cardigans, pants, and dresses, believing they offer a timeless, understated elegance. But here's the truth. As we age, beige and light tan can become some of the most unflattering colors to wear, especially near the face. Why? Because they often blend too closely with mature skin tones. When your clothing is the same color as your skin, or just a shade lighter or darker, it creates a lack of contrast. Without contrast, facial features can appear less defined, and the overall look becomes flat. Imagine standing in front of the mirror, wearing a beige sweater. Instead of framing your face and drawing attention to your eyes or smile, the color merges with your skin, making your features seem to fade into the background. This blending effect can make you look paler, more tired, or even older than you are. The lines on your face may appear more pronounced because there's no visual separation between your clothing and your skin. Additionally, beige lacks depth and warmth. It's a cool, neutral tone that doesn't reflect light in a way that enhances the skin. Instead of adding radiance, it can absorb light, contributing to a dull or lifeless appearance. This is especially noticeable in photographs, where lighting can already flatten features. Many women report that they look washed out in pictures when wearing beige, even if they felt fine in the moment. But it's not that beige is inherently bad. It's simply that it doesn't serve the needs of mature skin. What we need as we age is contrast, just enough to define our features and bring out our natural glow. The better alternative, warm ivory and soft cream. Instead of reaching for beige or a light tan, try switching to warm ivory or soft cream. These shades are still light and neutral, but they contain subtle warm undertones, hints of peach, gold, or yellow, that reflect light beautifully against the skin. Ivory, for example, has more depth than beige. It provides gentle contrast without being harsh, creating a soft frame around the face that highlights your natural features. It adds a touch of brightness that can make your skin appear more luminous and your eyes more alert. Soft cream is another excellent option. It's richer than beige, with a buttery quality that feels luxurious and warm. Unlike beige, which can feel cold and lifeless, cream adds a sense of richness and vitality to your overall look. Consider the story of Mary, a 75-year-old retired teacher who had always favored beige cardigans and tan blouses. She described herself as practical and low maintenance, choosing neutral tones because they were easy to match and didn't draw attention. But over time, she noticed that people often commented on how tired she looked, even when she was feeling energetic and well-rested. After a conversation with a friend who worked in fashion, Mary decided to try a soft cream blouse instead of her usual beige. The difference was immediate. Her skin looked brighter, her eyes appeared more awake, and she received compliments from family and friends. "I didn't change my makeup or my hairstyle," she said. "I just changed the color of my shirt, and suddenly I felt like myself again." This small shift illustrates a powerful truth. Colors speak without words. When you wear shades that complement your skin's natural warmth, you send a silent message of vitality, confidence, and self-assurance. People respond to that energy, even if they don't realize why. So, if you've been relying on beige as a default choice, consider experimenting with warm ivory or soft cream. You might be surprised at how much more alive you feel, and how much more others notice your glow. 2. Black near the face, the classic that can age you. Black has long been celebrated as the ultimate fashion staple. It's slimming, sophisticated, and effortlessly chic. For decades, many women have built their wardrobes around black. Black dresses, black blazers, black turtlenecks. And for good reason, black is timeless. But as we enter our 70s and beyond, wearing black close to the face, such as black turtlenecks, blouses, or high-neck dresses, can have unintended consequences. While black once looked sharp and modern, it can now create a stark, unflattering contrast with mature skin. The issue lies in the intensity of black. It's the darkest color on the spectrum, and when placed near the face, it creates the strongest possible contrast. In younger years, this contrast can be dramatic and striking. But as skin becomes more delicate and loses some of its natural luminosity, that same contrast can emphasize shadows, fine lines, dark circles, and uneven texture. Instead of softening your features, black can make them appear more pronounced. It can give the impression of harshness or severity, even if your expression is warm and kind. Some women report that when they wear black near their face, people ask if they're tired, stressed, or upset, when in reality, they're feeling perfectly fine. The psychological impact is real. Black, while elegant, can sometimes signal formality, distance, or even mourning. When worn too frequently or too close to the face, it can unintentionally mute your presence rather than amplify it. The better alternative, deep navy and charcoal gray. The good news is you don't have to give up the elegance and slimming effect of dark colors. Instead, try replacing black with deep navy or charcoal gray. Navy blue is a rich, deep color that still provides a slimming effect but is much softer on the complexion. It has a slight blue undertone that can enhance the whites of your eyes and bring out the warmth in your skin. Unlike black, navy doesn't create such a harsh contrast, so it's more forgiving of fine lines and shadows. Charcoal gray is another excellent alternative. It's dark enough to be sophisticated and polished, but it has a softer, more diffuse quality than black. It blends gently with the face rather than cutting it off, creating a more harmonious and balanced look. Take the example of Eleanor, an 80-year-old retired librarian who had built her wardrobe around black turtlenecks and blouses. She loved the simplicity and elegance of black, but over time, she noticed that people often comment on how serious or tired she looked, even at joyful events like family gatherings. On a whim, she bought a deep navy blouse. When she wore it to her granddaughter's birthday party, several people remarked on how refreshed and radiant she looked. "I didn't do anything different," she said. "I just wore a different color. And suddenly, I felt like I was being seen." This shift wasn't about makeup or skincare. It was about the power of color to influence perception. Navy and charcoal gray communicate calm, strength, and approachability, qualities that align beautifully with the wisdom and grace of mature women. So, if you love the look of black, consider reserving it for outerwear, pants, or accessories. For tops and pieces worn near the face, opt for navy or charcoal. You'll maintain your elegance while enhancing your natural warmth. 3. Pastel pinks and baby blues. Sweet but unflattering. Pastel pinks and baby blues are often associated with softness, innocence, and charm. They're popular choices for spring wardrobes and are frequently found in blouses, sweaters, and scarves. On younger women, these colors can look fresh and youthful. But for women over 70, pastels can sometimes do more harm than good. Because they are so light and delicate, they lack the depth needed to provide contrast with mature skin. Instead of brightening the face, they can make it appear paler, more translucent, or even washed out. Pastels also tend to have cool undertones, which can clash with the natural warmth that many older women have in their skin. This mismatch can accentuate redness, age spots, or uneven pigmentation, drawing attention to areas you'd rather downplay. Moreover, overly pale colors can send a subconscious message of fragility. While you may choose a pastel because it feels gentle or nostalgic, others may perceive it as a sign of fading energy or delicacy, something many vibrant, active women over 70 are far from. The better alternative, rose and teal. Instead of pale pink, try rose, a deeper, warmer shade with hints of coral or peach. Rose adds richness and vitality to your complexion. It has enough depth to create contrast without being overpowering, and its warmth enhances the natural glow of your skin. Similarly, replace baby blue with teal, a vibrant blend of blue and green that flatters a wide range of skin tones. Teal has depth, dimension, and energy. It frames the face beautifully and can make your eyes sparkle. Margaret, a 72-year-old retired nurse, used to love pastel cardigans because they reminded her of the cheerful style she wore in her youth. But she often felt her face looked dull in photos. When she tried a rose-colored blouse, her daughter said she looked 10 years younger. The same happened when she switched her light blue scarves for teal. They brought life to her face and made her feel proud of her reflection. Richer colors like rose and teal don't just flatter, they empower. They say, "I am vibrant. I am present. I am not fading away." For bright neon hues, bold but overpowering. Neon colors, electric yellow, hot pink, fluorescent orange, are impossible to ignore. They're fun, playful, and full of energy. And while there's nothing wrong with embracing boldness at any age, neons can be overwhelming when worn near the face. These colors are so intense that they often draw all the attention to the clothing itself, leaving your face in the shadows. Instead of enhancing your features, they compete with them. The brightness of the fabric can make your skin look dull by comparison, creating an imbalance. Neons are also associated with youth culture and high-energy environments. While they can be great for accessories or accents, wearing them as main pieces can feel jarring against the softer, more refined qualities of mature beauty. The better alternative, jewel tones. For boldness without harshness, turn to jewel tones. Emerald green, sapphire blue, deep ruby, amethyst purple. These colors are rich, luxurious, and full of life. They have depth and sophistication, and they flatter mature skin by adding warmth and brightness. Dorothy, an 83-year-old artist, loved her neon scarves because they made her feel playful. But she noticed her skin looked washed out in photos. When she tried a sapphire scarf, the difference was stunning. "The color didn't shout over me," she said. "It lifted me." Jewel tones don't say, "Look at this color." They say, "Look at this woman." 5. Gray on gray outfits. Monochrome can mute your presence. Gray is elegant and versatile, but wearing it head to toe, especially in light or medium shades, can create a flat, lifeless effect. Without contrast, facial features can disappear, and you may look more tired than you feel. The better alternative, pair gray with vibrant accents. Use gray as a base, then add a pop of burgundy, plum, or turquoise. These colors bring energy, warmth, and balance to your look. Helen, 78, wore gray slacks and cardigan for years. She felt invisible until she added a plum scarf. Suddenly, people noticed her. I felt seen again, she said. Final thoughts. Dress for the woman you are. Your wardrobe should reflect your vitality, wisdom, and grace. Small color changes can make a big difference. Try warm ivory instead of beige, navy instead of black, rose instead of pastel pink, jewel tones instead of neon, and add color to gray outfits. You are not fading. You are shining. Let your clothes help the world see it. Which change will you try first? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this guide helpful, please subscribe, and share. Your support helps us create content that informs and inspires women at every stage of life. Thank you for being here. We can't wait to see you in the next chapter.